here we have one old umbrella that we're going to recover. So first we need to take off the fabric. You need to note where everything is fastened. So we can see this one's stitched here and here, and it's stitched to those little plugs on the end. So basically just take it all off, but remember how it's fastened together. You're going to need to unpick all those and save them to put back on after. So there we have all of them. Keep them safe for later. Now take your unpicker and remove one section carefully from the umbrella. So here's the one piece that we've removed from the umbrella. You need to put it on some paper and trace around it, adding a little extra for the hem. And this is going to make a pattern piece. Because we want to have windproof umbrella, we need to add an extra section so that we've got holes around it. So choose a line somewhere around between 10 and 20 centimetres, wherever you feel like. So I'm going to do this one about 18. This is going to be the line where it splits. So around 2 centimetres underneath that, or 3, draw another line. Like that. Now this triangle from the top here, let's check, see, from here to this lower line, we're going to trace the whole triangle onto another piece. We're going to cut this out, and this becomes the pattern for the top part of the umbrella. There's the top part, and then again the other side of that line, another 2 to 3 centimetres. I'll do it 3. So then from this line we're going to cut out the big piece, and that will be the pattern for the bottom part of each panel. So we need to cut 8 of those and 8 of those from the fabric that we're going to use to cover it. I'm using blackout fabric because I want to make an umbrella for the sun. I have to remember when I pin my pattern pieces onto the fabric to pin very close to the edge, because any pin pricks that I put in my fabric are going to let the sun through, and I don't want them there. So we've now got 8 small ones and 8 big ones. So let's start with the big ones. Take them in pairs, right sides together, and we're going to stitch straight down there. It's best not to use pins, because whether you're doing a sun or a rain umbrella, you don't want holes in your fabric. We're just going to do that on all 4 pairs, and I'll show you the next step. So take one pair that you've stitched together and open it out, and get another pair and open that out, right sides together, and stitch it down there. So then you're essentially going to have 4 pieces stitched together, same with the other 2 pairs. There we've got 4 pieces stitched together, so again find the other end and open your other 4 pieces stitched together, and we're stitching those 2 right sides together, and you can also at the same time stitch the other end, those 2 right sides together, and that's going to make you a full circle then. That's all 8 stitched together. Now you just need to take off a small hem, as much as you allowed for on your pattern. Just roll it. This doesn't fray, so it only needs rolling once, and just a little small hem all around the edge. Now do exactly the same with the small ones. First stitch them in pairs, then in 4s, and then do the whole ring and hem it. So now we have the whole of the big piece, and the small piece is going to cover that. We don't stitch it all the way around, we're going to stitch it on each of the 8 seams, so just make sure you've got it lined up evenly, and then we're going to put pins in, and just be careful with your pins, so do your best to avoid extra holes. Okay, that's pinned. Now take it to the machine and run yourself a good strong few stitches on each of those points to hold the 2 pieces together. Those are the holes afterwards, they're where you're going to let your wind get through. And that's the 2 pieces attached. So basically your cover's done now. Inside out, take again your little things that you saved, and you're going to have to hand stitch them on there exactly as they were on your old umbrella. So stitched on the little ends. Finally, last thing before you put it onto your frame, you find a point exactly midway on one section, and I'm going to fasten a little ribbon to be the strap that holds it all together. So you just fasten that at the halfway point, stitch that on there, and then we just add whatever fastening you've got. So now go around and replace those stitches that were there. Stitch only through the seam, don't go through the umbrella itself, only through the seam allowance. And just give it a few stitches to hold each spoke to the seams. Do that on all your spokes and add your fastening to your ribbon, and you're done.